This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's such a pleasure to be here helping you with playing the guitar. In this video, I'm going to go over some movable shapes for minor 7th chords. So right now in the lesson series, we've been working a lot on 7th chords. We've learned how to play 7th chords in first position, including major 7th chords, dominant 7th chords, which are also known as major minor 7th chords. We've done minor 7th chords and we've done minor major 7th chords. Now we've been learning these same sorts of things with movable shapes. So here in this video, we're going to take a look at how we do these with them. We're going to take a look at how to do movable shapes for the minor 7th chords. Once we've worked on them, of course, we will jam together on a chord progression with bass and drums accompaniment, so we'll get a good chance to work on these together and have fun jamming at the same time. This video accompanies lesson 22 from my Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 method book. In the book, we're going to start on page 145 as we learn the shapes, and then we're going to go over to page 147 and play number 4. All right, let's take a look at these shapes. Like has been the case through the entire lesson series, when we have these movable shapes, we have a 6th string form and we have a 5th string form. What that means is we have a root on the 6th string for one of the forms that we're going to play, and then we have a root on the 5th string for one of the forms that we're going to play. And then wherever we position them along the fretboard, it's all about what note we're actually playing that tells us which version of the chord that we're playing. So we're going to learn these in 3rd position. So if I were to stick with the 6th string form, this note at the 3rd fret, I have a G. So when I play this chord, I'm going to have G minor 7. With the 5th string form at the 3rd fret, that's a C, so I'm going to be playing C minor 7. So that's what we're going to learn first, and then of course we're going to get them happening all along the fretboard in all 12 keys. Alright, let's take a look at this first one first. I'm going to mention with this one, in one of the videos where we were working on the open position chords, we did learn G minor 7 using the bar chord form. And you can see that shape that I'm playing right now on the bottom of page 145. That is essentially where we take our E minor bar chord shape, pull our finger off, and turn it into a minor 7th bar chord. That's a great shape. When we're playing in the more jazz context that we're working on right now as we're jamming on these progressions, this version is more preferred. So we're going to learn this version here. With this one, we stick our middle finger on that root on the 6th string. We don't play the 5th string, and then our ring finger plays across strings 4, 3, and 2 for sure, all in that same fret. It can also play on the top string, but it doesn't have to. You can just play these 3 and the root, or you can add that high string if you want to. Most of the time, I leave it off, and then when I want that sound on top, which is just a doubling of the root 2 octaves higher, I'll add it. So at that 3rd fret, I put my middle finger down, 3rd fret, and then I'm going to use that finger to also mute the 5th string, and then my ring finger goes down across strings 2, 3, and 4. And then if I want to, I can catch the top string. I'm not going to, but I've just got that there. Once I've strummed it a little bit, you can kind of get used to it with the do-dot strumming pattern that was introduced in lesson 14, strumming pattern B on page 92, where we just have this do-dot. Sometimes when I'm doing this, I like to do a little slapping of the strings. Do, slap down. So I just add that little slap in there, a little percussion. It's kind of nice. But you got the G minor 7. Let's look at the 5th string form. With this one, we're going to stick our index finger barred across that 3rd fret because that's where we're working on learning it at the moment. But we have our bar. 1 fret higher, we use our middle finger on the 2nd string, and 2 frets higher on the 4th string, and we use our ring finger. With this one as well, we can play the top string or we don't have to. So it's up to us. But I'm going to go ahead and put my bar at the 3rd fret because we're working C minor 7 as an example here. I'm going to use my index finger to also mute that low 6th string, and then I'm going to put in my ring finger and middle fingers. You might recognize A minor 7 in first position, so this is like a bar chord version of that. And then I can mute that top string or I can play the top string. Either way, whatever kind of you want to do, both of them work. And I can use that same strumming pattern to get used to playing that chord. Just a little bit there. Then, actually, it's great to work back and forth between the two. So G minor to C minor, to G minor to C minor. G minor 7, I should say, to C minor 7. And you can do it with the strumming pattern. Just getting used to going back and forth between those two chords. once you've done that, it's time for us to jam together on the chord progression. So we're going to do number 4 on page 147. It's going to happen 3 times, so it's going to happen at 3 different tempos, starting at a slower tempo, then a medium tempo, and then a little bit faster tempo. And I'm just going to use that same strumming pattern as I was using there, the do, da. With this one, it starts with C. I can start off with the C at the 8th fret on the 6th string, and then it goes to F if I stay in the 8th fret, but switch forms, I can play F minor 7. Go down 2 frets, 6th string form for B flat minor 7, 5th string form for E flat minor 7. Go down 2 frets, A flat minor 7's at the 4th fret there with 6th string form, and then D flat minor 7 also at the 4th fret, but with the 5th string form. Then I can slide up on that same string to the 9th fret for G flat minor, or F sharp minor. Then I got B minor at the 7th fret on the 6th string form there. Then I got E minor, same 7th fret, but 5th string form. A minor 7, 5th fret, 5th string form. D minor 7, 5th fret, 5th string form. So then G minor 7, 3rd fret, 6th string form. C minor, 5th fret, or 3rd fret, 5th string form. Hopefully I said that right as I went through, but essentially you're just going back and forth between the chords, going down 2 frets at a time until you get to the G flat minor, which is also an F sharp minor. You go up to that 9th fret for that one, staying on the 5th string form, and then you get back to going between them. That's the best way to make your way through this progression. Helps us learn these chords in the most common places we play them in all 12 keys. So it's going to be super fun. Let's go ahead and play this together. Alright, awesome! In the next video, we're going to take a look at the minor, major, 7th chords. We're going to learn the movable shapes for those. It's going to be fun. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.